74-65. That's how it ended right there in Rades in Tunisia. The Tigers of Nigeria are the champions of the 2015 Afrobasket Championship. Guys, did you see the Angolas? We broke their knees. They couldn't get up. So much to talk about. We looked around again and said, who else can come around and talk about this? We brought someone about the biggest fish in basket, in the river of basketball in Nigeria. We brought back Coach Ayo Bakare. Coach, good to have you on the show this morning.
Thank you. It's great to be back here again.
And then Coach
I won't shake your hand because for the next 7 days, you know, I'm not shaking anybody's hand. It's your Gucci.
It's your Gucci salute. I like that. Coach called me at about 15 minutes to 12, and it was turbocharged. I said, finally, this jinx has been broken. Good to have you around.
It's great.
What did it for Nigeria?
Determination, a great deal of luck with our health, you know, and of course, you know, the guys played probably their best basketball ever. It's the same, and then the continuity in the roster. It's the same team we've been building since 2011. We added only 2 new players. It's the same team that played Afrobasket last year, and this time, thank God, the team was healthy, bar Diogo. You know, but the generality, it wasn't like before when we would have 3 or 4 people injured at the crucial time. So everything swung in our favor, and we thank God for that.
Okay, Coach. I'm interested to hear an expert opinion on this, and I'm going to ask you. I've thrown it to my guys here. And did we play a weakened Angola side, or you know, they were not at their best, or is there anything that can downplay this victory for Nigeria?
Well, yes, if you go through the FIBA statutes as I've gone recently, I've not come across anywhere where there are rules banning who teams bring for a competition. When they started this tournament, they didn't say, Angola, bring your weakest 12. You understand me? Teams came, teams played, you know, and we won. You understand me? I think it's immaterial now to worry about the quality of the opposition. There was no rule barring them from being their best.
I've said I don't care.
If they had won, I mean, the story would be different. At the height of their powers, that you know, would this team have beaten the Angolas?
At the height of our powers.
Of their own power.
At the height of our powers, we lost in 2011 with essentially this same team because we were crippled with injuries. Did anybody say, Angola, you know, you won because Nigeria was injured? So I think it's immaterial. We did.
So nothing colors this victory?
No. It was a wonderful, great, marvelous achievement, which we must not take anything away from.
Okay.
All right, Coach. So what next? What next for the Tigers? The All Africa Games, of course, the Olympics. We've now qualified automatically. You know, what should we be looking at now? You know, in terms of building, in terms of re-strategizing, what should we be doing now?
Well, you know, as usual, I will write to the MBBF to tell them my opinion about, you know, what should be done going forward. You know, it's entirely up to them now. But they are also limited by the funding they get from the NSC. You know, there should be a plan in place now. You know, you need to change a few pieces in that team. We mustn't be, you know, swayed by the easy victory we had in the finals to think that that's a perfect team. Next stop is the Olympic gold. You know, there are pieces in that team that we need to change. It needs to be strengthened with the addition of a couple of pieces, you know, and then you need to build a program that will see them playing against top flight, you know, competition. You know, as we go on, then you need to build some backroom staff that will help them going into the Olympics because they haven't been there, you know, before, you know, and all those you need to do. But that's all within the purview of the Nigerian Basketball Federation with the backing of the NSC.
Let me get you talking, Coach. The first time you came on this morning show, you didn't talk about the tactical quality of this technical crew. Talk to me about it now.
What can you say about the tactical quality of a crew that won the Afrobasket? There's nothing left to be said. You know, a lot of people feel or wonder what are my emotions at this time.
That's why I'm asking you.
About it, because the natural question that people have asked me, and I've seen this a lot on Facebook, is that, isn't this a confirmation of your incompetence? You know, because you have gone to that and have not won. It's unkind to ask me those questions, you know, but I say this, you know, I'm still the first person that qualified Nigeria for the World Championship, still the first that qualified Nigeria for the Olympics. What's my grouse if somebody wins the Afrobasket?
So for the glory of Nigeria.
You know, it's great for Nigeria. And I can't take anything away from them. If you read all my reviews on the matches, they did exactly, you know, the same adjustments that I wrote that I would have done. You know, so I can't say I would have done anything differently. You know, and to me, it's a good technical crew. To me, they have done what we asked them to do. You understand me? And moving forward, we need to rally behind them and the team.
All right. Let me throw this one in. While you were in charge, I remember you coming to our office here before you went to the Olympics the last time out, and you said you weren't going to be scared, but I remember some of the results that
were scary.
Were really scary. But what do you think we should do now to so that we don't see those kind of USA-Nigeria scoreline at the next Olympics?
Well, you see, the USA-Nigeria game, and this keeps coming up like a recurring decimal. Again, we were decimated by injuries, and it was one of the worst games in the history of Nigeria basketball. Also, it was one of the best games USA
played,
you know, has ever played. You know, I was there. I had a front row seat. You know, so, but this time it's not likely to happen. You understand me? For teams to perform so grossly, you know, they need to have issues of health, technical incompetence,
distractions,
and so on and so forth. This team hasn't had that. The team we're going to take to the Olympics is going to likely be strengthened, you know, and it's not like the Olympics when we had funding issues. They're going to have money this time, so they can replace injured players. You are not going to see the same thing.
All right, Coach, we're having the results.
Nigeria's road to the final.
Nigeria's road to the final, definitely. Of course, starting off with the Central African Republic, yes, they got past that one very easy.
Uganda,
of course, they also fell by the wayside.
I don't care.
Then the game against Tunisia didn't go very well, but they bounced back, seeing off Gabon in the quarterfinals, of course, then going on to beat Senegal. You know, they were also, in recent times, they've also been giving Nigeria a tough time, but they got past them, and of course, the big one, beating Angola.
And guys, let me just quickly read one major stat. The D Tigers at the tournament were the highest scoring, had the highest scoring rate with an average of 84 points per game. So when you're scoring that good, you deserve to win.
And I don't know if you agree with the All-Star 5. You have two Nigerians there. Our man, Chamberlain Oguchi, most valuable player, and Al Farouk Aminu. Looking at the tournament, do you think these are the best 5 players?
Well, there's no pure point guard there, you know, and I'm not nitpicking now. There's no pure point guard there. You've got Carlos Moraes as the point guard is really a 2. Statistically, you know, maybe there's a couple of players there that should, you know, that could arguably have been replaced. You know, Farouk didn't have a great tournament, as we all know, you know, but he came through in the finals, you know, and I guess that's what tilted the balance in his favor. Ben Romdem, you know, didn't have an exceptional tournament. If anybody was going to come from Tunisia, you probably say it would be Michael Rowe, you know, who played a much bigger, you know, had a much bigger impact on the Tunisian team. Usually, you want the hosts to have somebody in the, you know, 5.
In the final 5.
You know, but I would have picked Rowe instead of Romdam for the impact he had on the Tunisian team.